Hi guys. Let me wait for this to load. Okay, so we have been in chapter 10. So before we left for break, we completed chapter 10 topic 1 and chapter 10 topic 2. Both talked about hold on, let me just make myself smaller. Both talked about multiplying a fraction by a whole number, and we used models and pictures. Today we are going to multiply a fraction by a whole number using symbols. Okay, solve and share. So if you do not have a piece of paper or your whiteboard, please go grab it. You are going to pause me after I read this, and you are going to try the solve and share. So let me read it to you. A recipe for 1 gallon of fruit punch calls for 3/4 of a cup of orange juice. How many cups of orange juice are needed to make 8 gallons of fruit punch? Solve this problem any way you choose. So I want you to pause me and I want you to try to solve this on your own before going to the next part of the video. Okay, so I hope you tried this out. Now we are going to solve it together, so I am going to read it again. A recipe for 1 gallon of fruit punch calls for 3/4 of a cup of orange juice. How many cups of orange juice are needed to make 8 gallons of fruit punch? So I have 8 gallons in total that each call for 3/4 of a cup of orange juice. So 8 times 3/4 is the equation that I am writing. And remember, we only multiply the numerator. And again, I can write this as 8/1 if I want to have it as a fraction. So 8 times 3 equals 24. And remember, we do not change the denominator, so it would be 24/4. But, there's something about this that I have to change. It is an improper fraction, so now I have to change it into a mixed number. So I want to think, how many times can 4 go into 24? Or how many 4/4 can I make? So I can make 4/4, which would equal 1, plus another 4/4, that's 8/4, that would equal 2. I can keep going. Another 4/4 would be 12/4, that would equal 3. Another 4/4 would be 16/4, and that would make a whole number of 4. Another 4/4 would make 20/4, or a whole number of 5, and I can even go again, which brings me right to 24/4, or an even whole number of 6. So how many cups of orange juice are needed to make 8 gallons of fruit punch? 6 cups of orange juice are needed to make 8 gallons of fruit punch. Okay, moving on. Guided practice. Julia has 1/2 of a granola bar. Her friend has 5 times as many granola bars. How many granola bars does Julia's friend have? So Julia has 1/2 of a granola bar. Her friend has 5 times as many as Julia, who has 1/2. So if I multiply 5 times 1/2, I get 5 halves. Again, this is an improper fraction, so I need to change it to a mixed number. So I need to figure out how many halves I can make. 2 halves makes 1, plus another 2 halves makes 4 halves. That would be 2. I need to get to 5 halves. I can't make another 2 halves because that would be 6 halves. So I have 2, which gives me 4 halves, and I have 1/2 left over. So Julia's friend has 2 1/2 granola bars.